In this video, we're going to unbox and take a look at the Badland jack from Harbor Freight. Coming up. So as many of you already know, the bottle jack in the Tacoma, it kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. If you do anything to your Tacoma, like lift it or put bigger tires on it, it quickly becomes almost inadequate in order to lift our trucks. The rear axle is a bit lower, so lifting the back end may not be an issue, but lifting the front end definitely can be an issue. You're going to need to put some sort of blocks underneath there, and it becomes very unstable very quickly. This is the jack that I use in my garage, but as you can see, it's just not really that mobile friendly, I guess. Don't judge me about the 4x4 block. It's on the list. I just haven't purchased one of those like actual rubber ones. And I know the 4x4 is not something that I should be using. It could split and blow apart. Just ignore that. But anyway, this is the jack that I use around the garage. Just not that travel friendly. I happened to stumble across a video from Outdoor Auto, and in it they showed the Badland jack from Harbor Freight. They also have a mount for it, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't picked one of those up yet, time and money. But with the 4th of July sale, I did pick up the Badland jack because they had a 15% off coupon. A lot of times those like 20 or 25% off coupons won't work on jacks. The 15% off coupon worked on everything, so that's what I decided to grab. I grabbed the Badland jack. I think total, and it ended up being around like $250 or $260 with tax and stuff like that. I do not know where I'm going to keep it in my truck. I don't have a rack on it because I don't do like overlanding with my truck. I wouldn't want to put a rack on here because I tow a fifth wheel with it. Yes, I tow a fifth wheel with my Tacoma. I have videos on it if you want to go check those out. It's just a little guy. But anyway, so I don't know where I'm going to keep it on my truck. That's an issue for a future me. So the one that I got is the 1.5 ton or 3,000 pounds. They do have a 3 ton, but when I saw it in store, that thing is huge. It was really long. And for my Tacoma, this will be just fine. And before you start arguing with me that this is not enough for the Tacoma, the GVW of my Tacoma is 5,600 pounds, 5,600 pounds. That is GVW. That means that is the weight when it's loaded to its max capacity. So normal operating weights are not going to be that heavy, but even at max gross weight, 5,600 pounds, you're not lifting the entire truck with the jack. So even at max gross weight, you are not lifting the entire truck with the jack. You're lifting a corner or at most like one end or the other, front end or back end at a time. So 3,000 pounds should be more than adequate. So if you want, you can go ahead and pause it and see some of the specs that are on here. You can go to the website and check them out there. At the time of this video, the item number is 70887. Appears that we do have some assembly. I did not expect that. Got to attach some wheels on here. These feel closer to plastic than rubber, maybe like a really hard rubber. They do not have air in them. That would be terrible if they did. We got some nuts and some washers and a wrench. There's the jack, handle, and a riser. I think it's actually attached to the side of the jack. Okay, there is a handle on top. I don't have high hopes for this nylon strap. I don't see it lasting very long in the Phoenix heat. My guess is that's probably going to deteriorate in short order. This is the riser I was talking about. It's attached to the side, which is kind of nice. I like that. Actually has a place to store it. This bolts down to the top rather than just sitting on there, which is a good thing for safety wise, not so good as far as actually deploying it. It's going to take a minute longer. Comes with an Allen wrench so that you can tighten those down. I like that there's a place to store it on the jack. So there are flat sides on here. You'll need to rotate it so that the flat is against the jack so you can actually strap it back onto there. And we got the jack handle. All right, the assembly is fairly basic. You have 4 nuts, 4 washers, and a spacer or bushing. I think it's more of a spacer than a bushing anyway. The spacer goes on the right rear. You can see some of the threads that are exposed right there. So that's where the spacer goes. Okay, like I said, we have the spacer on back here. Then you put on one of the washers on the outside, and then a locking nut. If you don't have a socket and a ratchet, they do include this wrench. It will work. Not going to be ideal, but it'll get the job done. The jack handles just slide together. They got a little push button right there. And there is a screw on the jack, and it does, yeah, there's a cotter pin in here. So it is captured, because that would be the next thing that I'd be concerned about, is losing that screw while it's bouncing down the road, or more importantly, like off-road. I could see that being lost. One of the things I am happy to see, there is a brake on here. On the left rear wheel, there is a brake. It's just a piece of metal that kind of pushes down on there, but I think it will help keep it from rolling around. I don't think it's gonna prevent it completely. Now, one of the things I did notice, and forgive me, it might sound a little dumb, but the only jacks that I have experience with is like the one in the corner and ones that are similar to that, where it's got rear casters and then the front wheels are wide and metal and locked in place. This one does not have any turning wheels. They're all locked straight forward, which I think is going to be just fine. It's not like we're rolling it around the garage, although I'm sure you could do it just fine. I haven't even put it on the floor yet. We'll do that in a second. Just talking about some of the things that I am noticing about it. We'll go ahead and throw the riser up on it. Although I don't even know if I'll probably need it for my truck, because it doesn't look like it's got as much lift. And I could read the box, but I'm lazy. I want to get through this video, and I'm sure you don't want to sit around. My other jack definitely has more lift than this one, so I'm assuming that I will need this riser. And it does look like it's got more than one position. It has 4 positions on there. So I want to point out something that I just noticed. So just like normal jacks, this does rotate, and it's got 2 holes in it. And I put this on there, sitting like that, and went to go tighten it down, and obviously nothing was happening. It's just spinning. Again, I think I'm done. I haven't read the instructions completely through, just a little bit, kind of skimmed through them, and I didn't read over the entire box. So you need to line this top plate up. There are holes that those bolts actually thread down into, not just this top plate. It goes through the top plate and then threads in below that. So I looked on the box and I couldn't find it. I had to look on the website. The shipping weight says 52 pounds for the 1.5 ton, and the 3 ton says 79 pounds. Again, that's shipping weight, so not necessarily how much this entire setup weighs, but it's probably pretty close because the box doesn't, and styrofoam doesn't really weigh that much, but it should be in that neighborhood. That was another reason I went with the 1.5 ton, because like I said, towing the 5th wheel, I want to take every pound into consideration and only adding necessary weight or things that I'm willing to take the penalty for as far as weight goes. As you saw, I was able to just lower it to the ground with one hand, And with the dental floss hanging out of my sleeves, the rest of you shouldn't have a problem. So rolling it around in the garage here, my first thoughts are, obviously, it doesn't handle or feel the same way as my normal floor jack because it doesn't have the rolling caster. So I'm like trying to turn it and it's resisting turning. So that's something to keep in mind. It's still easy to maneuver. It's just something that you would have to get used to if your muscle memory is used to the other style without the casters being on here. It does roll very easy. We are on smooth concrete in the garage. In a minute, we'll take it outside the garage here and roll it in the gravel, which is basically the loosest thing that I have on my property. It's really loose gravel, so we'll test it in that. So one of the things I was concerned about is the clearance. I only have 32-inch tall tires on here. They are definitely not as big as what some of you guys are running. And I can get it on the side of the axle. With the riser, it will not fit underneath the pumpkin of the differential. With the riser, it will not fit underneath the pumpkin of the differential. And with just a few pumps, the left rear tire is already off the ground and I can go much higher than that. But the jack is just barely starting to lift up and the tire's already off the ground. So if I'm just wanting to change a tire, then this would be more than adequate. Although if the tire were flat, I would not be using that riser. It wouldn't fit, at least to lift it up from right there. So now we got it set up next to the frame here. Which is not a place that I normally jack it up from because my jack would not be adequate to jack it up from right there. But the left rear tire is off the ground and the left front is actually even starting to lift. So if I slid this jack just a little bit more forward, it would probably bounce it more and I could lift up the entire side of this truck here if I needed to. And we're not even at full extent on it. One of the things I do want to mention, if you're going to be working underneath the truck, make sure you put jack stands underneath secure points on the truck. Never trust your life to O-rings. So one of the things I'm quickly noticing with the riser on there, it is not going to work in the normal places that I place a jack. It is definitely something that I have to use more on the frame of the truck. But the left front tire is off the ground and I could change it if I needed to. Again, if the tire was flat, that would be a problem. It would quickly become a challenge. And I'm starting to wonder how useful that this might actually be, because without the riser, it doesn't go tall enough. With the riser, it's not going to fit underneath there with a flat tire. It could definitely be a problem. So this is going to be the loosest that I have, the loosest substrate that I have around my property. Granted, we don't have any weight on it, and it wouldn't be rolling around anyway if your vehicle was, if you're trying to roll this underneath your vehicle anyway. And I would say that it's fine. I mean, it'll work. It's not going to roll the easiest, but it works. So if you're curious, I will put links to both the 1.5 ton and the 3 ton Badland jacks in the description. They are not affiliate links. I don't have any affiliation with Harbor Freight. They did not send this to me, nor have they paid me. I bought this with my own money, so just want to be fully transparent. I think I'm probably going to get one of those mounts eventually and figure out where I want to carry it on the truck. It's probably going to be somewhere like it's bolted to the side of the bed or something like that up towards the front there, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. I bought it without having a complete plan. So to remain fully transparent with my viewers, once I got the jack in the bed of the truck and moved it forward where I thought I was going to keep it, like the forward bulkhead on the passenger side was where I thought I was going to keep it, it was just too big and took up too much room. I was not going to be able to put it vertically because of the tonneau cover. It's just there's not enough room to do it like that. I decided that it is just not going to work for me as far as something that I want to carry around with me all the time. I'm going to look at some of the systems like from SafeJack. I think there's another one that's on eTrailer. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put it right here on the screen. I'll look at a couple of those systems. I might consider one of those that come with a couple of risers and plates and stuff like that. But as far as the Badland jack from Harbor Freight, I am going to return it. It's not something that I can use around the garage either. I have the other jack. It's just not going to work for me. It might work for you, but I wanted to remain fully transparent and honest with all of my viewers. If you are curious about jacking points on the Tacoma, I do have videos on those, so check those out if you are curious. For reference, I have 32-inch tires, and my lift is 2 inches in the front and 1 inch in the back. I just wanted slightly taller. I also didn't want to completely level it out because I feel like it's too easy to go too far the other way and start having it sag, and I really don't like the looks of a droopy butt on a truck, or in general. I mean, who likes a droopy butt? One of the things that I did want to mention as far as assembly goes, it is a really easy assembly, and if you're not capable of putting the nuts on or installing the tires on here or installing this riser, you probably shouldn't be jacking up your truck. Just saying. I would not say this is an in-depth review, as I had just unboxed this and messed around with it in the garage as you saw, but hopefully this helps some of you out there that might be interested in the Badland jack from Harbor Freight. We'll just wrap it up right here. That's it for this video. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.